Hey guys, Llama here with another episode of Nova Drift. So today we're going to be aiming for round. We are aiming for round 100 with every single challenge mode on, along with Wild Metamorphosis, which is just like a wild card kind of ordeal. But we're going to go full in, just go ahead and get straight into the action. So a lot of these different modifiers do all kinds of different things. They make enemies harder. They make it to where, I did not get I'm going to re-roll. Here we go. Salvo. So this is going to be a salvo run. I've done a few runs so far, just kind of, testing the waters. I had a really good run without the wild modifiers, and I want to see how I do with the modifiers, because they add a lot to the game. And I got to around like 192, but I really want to see how far I can get with the even better modifiers. But we are going for round 100 at the very least with a salvo run. Salvo is really, really cool because it is these little missile doodads, and they're very, very powerful. And I've been having a lot of fun with them. They're definitely, I would say the best weapon in the game. Along with Cloak. Cloak is definitely best shield. Salvo is probably the best weapon in the game. They're just a very hard to beat pair. I almost got taken out right there. All right, we are going to go targeting. So there's going to be a much bigger pool of weapons. So that's going to be like the only thing that I'm really worried about is when you do that. So as you can see, unlike last time where we only had one, we had one boss and that was it and there's nothing else on screen, we actually have a mini boss this time. And that's on design. That's one of the challenge modes. It gives me more XP, it gives me a better score. I hit 700,000, so we're going to go round 100 or 1,000,000 points, whichever one comes first. Those are my two objectives with this run for sure. I don't know if we're going to be able to get it or not, but there's a bunch of meta things that I've been really working on. And like trying to understand more about the game, if that makes sense. So we did get another upgrade. I am going to go guidance. So going something like guidance actually makes it better on your projectiles, as you can see, because they are able to target way easier now. So I'm going to go ahead and sit right here. This cloaks me. Ooh, that's going to hurt. But you know what? It didn't hurt too much. So whenever I cloak, I actually get more damage. So if I cloak and hit them, I do a lot more damage to the enemy, which is very handy once you use like something like Salvo that really like stores up your projectiles. Oh, anything that gives me more projectiles is always good because I need to be able to charge up faster. And it takes a little while to charge up sometimes. So you want rate of fire and you want projectile amount because they add up together. So as you can see, it does a lot of the work for me. I am going to take Homing Strike. I don't really need to re-roll, actually. I'm getting a lot of the things I really want out of this build so far. Because you'll see later on, I basically don't need to move at a certain point because everything just dies in front of me. Is kind of the whole general gist of this build. As of right now, though, this is what I would call the main issue of Salvo, is these little dudes. Because they block so many of the shots, and that really makes it hard. So we got another upgrade. Ooh, I don't want speed, but I do want size. So size is very important here because the bigger our projectiles are, the more damage they do. So we want to do as much damage as possible per projectile. Because as you can see right there, we do roughly, what is that, 50? Oh, no. Yeah, about 55 a shot, which is very, very destructive. I'm going to go ahead and take that hit for a second because that does allow me just to kind of back off a little bit. Yes, I actually want this projectile spread because unlike last time, I wasn't able to get the other path because I got locked out of it somehow. I just could not get that one to roll, and I'm not really sure why. I've had that issue with a couple different times where I just can't get the roll I need. Ooh, projectile damage and size. I will take that because that is useful. But as you can see right here, I'm cloaked right now, so they actually don't know where I'm at. And the great thing about them not knowing where I'm at is not that. Let's get to their side. All right, let's go and shoot. Is that I can just sit here and just keep, building up projectiles, and they just start flying all around the map. Which is very handy with this build, because the more that you charge up, just the better your entire arsenal will be. These are, well, yeah, I actually do want this. I do want the increased rate. So increased rate of fire is going to be super handy. More projectiles, better game. Better gaming. So we are around 35 already. So I start on round like 15 now, which is really crazy to think about that I start so deep into the game. But it's very handy for just, like, really just speeding along through this. Oh, these guys are really bad. These blow up. So whenever these guys blow up, they like, damage everything. As you can see in a second once this guy goes off. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, you can see he damages everything around him. So I got an upgrade. The dog is playing with a squeaky toy in the background. We're actually going to re-roll. Firing array, I do not want. Regen, though, kind of tempting. Self-damage. See, this is the issue with having these modifiers. There we go, Splinter. Splinter is very good once you get the better projectiles. Is they stay on screen for so long. And even though they don't necessarily do that much damage, they're very, very handy just for more projectiles out there. So once you start getting into the group stuff more, it becomes really handy. So you can see, they just go everywhere, which is not the best, but that's where the better projectiles come into play later on. I believe there's still one more upgrade I can get for it, which will really help, but that's still a bit away. Sweet, we got one more. So, I think I want more shield. Let's see, what shield do I have? I do have reflectors, so I actually just want more shield. Oh, sweet, we're actually on the inside this time. So I'm going to sit here cloaked. I'm trying to keep my speed down so I can stay cloaked longer. And I'm going to let this charge up basically until he stops. So once he stops firing, I'm just going to unleash everything into this man. And watch this. Insane amount of damage. I need to get out of here, though. So, insane damage. Just everything about it is just so good. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So, as you can see, he cannot see me, which is super handy. It's not as big of a deal on this one, because this boss, I honestly think this is the coolest boss. I did not mean to shoot that, but you know what? That's fine. We did some pretty good damage, but I wasted a lot of my bullets on him. I do think this is honestly probably the coolest boss out of all of them. I wish that there were more huge bosses like this, which is like a global style boss. I just think they're way cooler, and I'm not quite sure what their reasoning for not having as many is. Because it seems like a really odd choice to me not to have, you know, more of these. Because this is like a staple boss in my eyes. And I think that they should have more throughout the game. But as you'll see in this playthrough, because I don't imagine I'm going to die anytime soon. I'm pretty well off already with just my damage output and such. But you'll see that it's very odd. I actually do want to get inside him. All right, we're just going to drift on in here and not sit right there. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to go ahead and finish this off. There we go. But as you'll see as we go on, they get smaller and smaller. And as you can see, the screen's even getting smaller. I really hope that they bring out more, you know, large-scale bosses like that. And this game's still, you know, in development. There's still a lot coming. And the game's not even close to what I would say is finished. So, you know, it is what it is. And the devs seem very adamant about adding more stuff, so I don't see any kind of reason to think that they won't add more in. Because it seems like they did just have a huge, like, not boss, but, like, enemy update, which I, you know, was playing after that technically came out, so I'm not really sure what changed with it. And that's just because, I mean, I just wasn't playing the game. Oh, there we go. Okay, that guy is very terrifying. I have gotten one shot by him a couple times, and it is awful. Oh, no, that was the wrong way. So I actually want to cloak and get up behind this dude. Because his backside's the part that you really want to hit. Because if you hit the front shield, he just does a huge blast of damage that can really hurt. So we just want to get his backside going down. And as you can see, he's vulnerable as all get out once you get those back thrusters off. Like, I don't even know if he can technically move. But he gone. Only recursive mods. I'm going to go blast damage. And the only reason is because technically I do a lot of blast damage with this guy. So there's no real downside. Yet, as you can see, he can't see me. So I'm just going to mosey on over. I'm just going to do a huge amount of extra damage with that. And go and get another upgrade. Ooh, Rupture? That's right, they rupture when they're destroyed. I actually do want that. I'm not sure if that damages me, but it will increase the amount of just pure damage output when it's a bunch of enemies. Ooh, we don't want any comments. Hopefully we have some black holes that are going to come up, because the singularities are really neat. Yeah, see, splinters is really helpful for these kind of guys. Ooh, it's one of these. Okay. I don't know if this is necessarily a boss, but it's kind of like a mini boss, and he's really just obnoxious. So I'm cloaked. All right, let's go ahead and just shoot out. Look at that. Just so much damage. And I need more rate of fire, which is one of the reasons I turned wild mods on this time, because apparently last time I played, I didn't have wild mods. Oh, it's a singularity. That is not good. Oh, no, there goes my XP. That's like the biggest thing I hate about the singularities is that they eat the XP that I was going to get. They also destroy literally every single thing on the screen except for me because nothing outruns it. Even my missiles start getting sucked in. It's crazy. However, we're not going to let this dude hit us. He does have something similar to the railgun, which I don't want to get hit by. Ooh, Warpath. So we're going to go with Warpath just because it does have a good upgrade path that I want later. But it's not really too needed right now. So let's see. What do we got? Blast Radius. We'll go ahead and get Blast Radius. Why not? Doesn't hurt to have. I'm not quite sure how the upgrade paths even really work. I believe they stack on top of each other, but I haven't quite been able to figure that out because sometimes it seems negative and sometimes it seems positive. Oh, we're on round 6, wave 60 already. I keep thinking rounds. So we're going to go ahead and just unleash the Fury. Woo! That's a lot of damage! Alright, then we're going to go again. And again. And, dude, Salvo is just way too good. I'm telling you right now, Salvo, too good. So this dude does, like, I'm going to give you all a warning. If I don't... Yeah, I think I'm going to kill him in time. So he can actually create a singularity. You have to be very, very careful because of that. So because he can make his own singularity, you can just get absolutely just wrecked in like 0.2 seconds if you're not super, super duper careful. All right, so we're at level 22 already, which is not the best. And the only reason I say that is because I need more levels to really start scaling. Because I don't scale far enough right now. But I think I'm going to get some stuff to alleviate that. Yeah, okay, efficiency. While not firing, which I do a lot, 20% total regeneration. While you're not firing, 20% faster total shield cooldown. That's really good for this build because I sit around a lot. Between being either cloaked and waiting for my stuff, I just, you know, it's super, super effective. Because all I do is just sit here waiting for my stuff to build up. So I'm like, oh, easy. Free money? Yeah. Look at all those war stacks, too. Dude, this is so much damage. Maybe. Actually, it's not as much damage as I thought it would be. But it is a lot of projectiles, which is the big ordeal. So we're actually... Burst Fire. That's actually what I wanted, because Burst Fire doesn't really matter with this build. Because I'm going to shoot all of my little burst off anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. But the increased fire rate does make a difference. It makes a really, really big difference, actually. So we're going to go up here, try to grab this. And we're going to go ahead and go. Oh, we're getting hit. Oh, wow. Okay, okay, okay. Woo. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm getting hit hard. All right. I want that increased damage, and I want that velocity, because I think I have the projectile. Oops, singularity coming. I want this. Give me all that XP before this thing comes in. Yeah, watch this. Even my missiles aren't able to escape at all. Luckily, I don't have low enough. Like, if I went for a more, I guess, shield-heavy and tanky build, it'd be different. But because of the build I have, it's very easy for me to outrun the singularities. Which I would think would be really interesting if, like, they were, like, even more difficult. Because since they just kind of take everything in, they're not really that big of a bother, I've noticed. You just kind of sit there and just wait. Ooh, my fodder enemies. Ooh, yes. Give me. Oh, apparently I just killed those guys really easily. All right, I'm going to go over a little bit. Snipe. Okay, okay. This build, this run has just gotten absolutely just crazy. Because the thing with Snipe is that since they go everywhere, they're constantly moving further and further away. So the longer they travel, basically, because their distance is based off travel, I believe, the more damage they do. So all these little tiny ones just do massive amounts of damage because they bounce off and go completely everywhere and eventually come back to the target. So I actually did want to take that hit. We're going to go and get rid of those just because they're very obnoxious. I am empowered, so I need to go ahead and take use of that because it does a pretty good amount of damage. Okay. They don't know where I'm at, and I'm going to go ahead and just sneak attack them, basically. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Dude, all my wild mods are just basically gone now. Like, I don't know what's happening. Eventually, they just kind of all disappear. Within it, not really that good. I do want better shield cooldown. I believe that actually does... I believe that does synergize with Cloak because it lets me cloak faster. Yeah, I cloak super fast. Oh, we're already on round 80, guys. Round 80 boss already. Oh, I got bumped. So, I do want to go ahead and take these little guys out if I can. They're very, very obnoxious. Because once they... Actually, no, this is not the one. I think those are just mines. So, one of the bosses, I'll go ahead and spoil, does set out things that, like, do a little electrical things, and they're super, super obnoxious. But I think that's round 100. This guy, though, pretty easy. Yeah, pretty easy. Cloak makes a lot of these bosses easier because I just sit here and no one... They just don't target me ever. I just kind of sit here, build up a little bit, and then just absolutely just destroy everything. Shield little doodads. We're gonna go and get rid of your shields. Then we're just gonna sit here cloaked. We're just gonna kind of come by. Don't worry about me, sir. You do not need to worry. I will just be my way. Okay, blow those up. So much damage. Just so much damage coming out of all this. Ooh, yes. This guy will ignite them. So now they take burn damage. Because, you know, we already didn't do enough damage to everything. Why not add burn damage on top of it? Whew, that was almost really bad. Ooh, not this guy with the shields. Oh, that's actually really obnoxious. Can I get rid of the shield guy, please? Please. Ah. Yeah, there's the pulse I was talking about. Ah, dude, he keeps adding a shield as soon as I go to attack. There we go. All right, there goes his thrusters. He's basically done now. Like, there's really nothing he can do. He's also taking ignite damage, which is very heavy damage. All right. So basically what we want to get some wild modifiers now because that's honestly the next step. We want to get some wild modifiers that is going to do, not blast radius. Blast radius is okay, but not great. Only recursive. I actually think I do want that. Because it's also going to give me a level. But see, now I can get damage or I can get rid of fire. I don't think any of these are... Ooh, or regen rate. Regen rate might also be good. I'm going to go weapon damage, though, and projectile size. Just so I can deal more damage per missile. All right, goodbye. Yeah, more damage per missile is really helpful because once you get those tiny ones high enough, you just kill everything on sight. So we're on... I'm not really sure what round we're on. We're not even close to, like, my high score. We have a long way to go for that. We're only at 238,000. That's, like, my second highest score. So we still got a pretty good amount of ways. So we're going to go ahead and try to take out some of these guys off the side. They're insanely hard because of their snipes. Because they're one of the only enemies that I've seen so far that go basically wrap screen, if that makes sense. I do want to go rate of fire. So they're one of the only enemies I've seen that, you know, can do that, which is really obnoxious in my eyes, but you know, it is what it is. I actually kind of wish more enemies did that because all you have to do is just kind of slide over and you're just out of the way of all your enemies. And it's like, it takes some of the difficulty out, I've noticed. So that's definitely one of the things I would say would be a good improvement. Oh, here we go, round 100. So this is the dude I was talking about. However, I'm going to take my cloak and I'm just going to kind of walk away. Oh, I got another upgrade. Ooh, plus projectile? Oh, yeah. I will gladly take that. So this guy basically uses the railgun. Very obnoxious to deal with. But luckily, because of cloak, he actually can't target us very well because he can't see us. So once I cloak up, he can't see anywhere. He can't see where I'm at. So he just kind of assumes where I might be. And these little mines right here are what I'm talking about. You see that lightning it shoots out? Very obnoxious. The only thing this dude really has going for him is that he's fast. So my little rockets can not always keep up with him, but, you know, that's not really too much of an issue. So we're going to go ahead and shoot out. Oh, no. I did not realize he could see me. He doesn't do that much damage anymore, though. When I first fought this boss, he absolutely destroyed me. Also, in case y'all are wondering, I am getting so many enemies so fast, like back to back to back, because I have a challenge mod on that is purposely doing that. So every time, like, I end a wave, the next one just comes out almost instantly. Ooh, these little guys. These are like the first real ramming ones besides these pop guys. But easy peasy. Like, not even a squeezy. Like, they don't even deserve an easy peasy squeezy. They're so easy. Like, they just get absolutely just decimated. Yeah, 14. I make 14 missiles. Wait, actually, I can find it on here. Rate of fire, 2 a second. Does that go... I haven't actually looked at this kind of sheet before. So, size modifier. There's a... Oh, yeah. Cannons, 1. Firing mode, automatic. Damage per second, 181. That's really good. Projectiles. I have 14 projectiles and a rate of speed of 2. I'm assuming that I make... Yeah, it's a little faster than half a second. So, it's not like the fastest reload. But I make 14 every time. So, I make 28 projectiles a second. Which is really, really fast. Like, that is a lot. Look at all these projectiles just going everywhere. And that's not even, like, maxed out. Like, I still have a long way to go. Let's see. Global damage. I kind of want to take more damage, I think. Because I feel like that'd be really useful. I have not seen this layout before. So, here is a layout that is a direct, like... Oh, I guess it's not anymore. So, with Splinter, it's not really an issue. But early in the game, that would... Or if I had a different setup of the Salvo, that would be very, very bad to deal with. Because it would take up so many of my shots. And a lot of them miss. But because of the better projectiles plus Splinter, not an issue at all. Like, not even close. Let's see. I want to get some more hull. I think that'll be good. I'm kind of at an impasse. Like... There's not really much for me to do except for just shoot missiles out and blow shit up. That was a mistake because they have shields. However, now they don't have shields and now they will die. It's kind of like in Vampire Survivors. When you get to a certain point, you're basically a god. Like, that's where I'm at right now. I send out one volley and everything dies. Like, sometimes they hit, but it's pretty rare when they do. I also noticed that sometimes they go the wrong way. I didn't really pay attention to that. So they go in the... That's really interesting. They go in the direction that I'm moving. Which I feel is not very good. But at the same time, good if I get pushed back like that. So, 1,000,000 points is what we're aiming for. We're on round 120. We don't have a new boss. I don't think that they really thought about the boss being this. Like, I don't think they've really thought about people being this far into the game. Which is a little upsetting, and I can't necessarily blame them for it. Ooh. Wait, unlocks Incendiary Strike? What? What does that do? I've never... That is new. That is absolutely brand new. I've never seen that before. Oh. Which one did I get? I don't think I got any of them on here, did I? Calibrate plus siege weaponry, saturation fire. What is... Can I, like, mouse over it? No, I can't. I don't know what that does. I guess we'll eventually find out. I'm not quite sure on what the point of that was, but we have it now. I guess. There's still so much to unlock. I still am not maxed. I haven't, like, maxed out everything yet. And I'm working slowly towards it. It's been a really hard chase because you have to get so much XP now to really get stuff. But because I play on every modifier on, I get a lot more. Which is also why my score's so high. For such a low round, I have every modifier on that you could possibly want. And I'm hoping that they add even more because I still think the game's too easy. Like, I don't have the last one unlocked, but I couldn't imagine, like, it adding that much difficulty to spice up the game. Because I'm on round, what, 140 almost? And yeah, I'm not really having any difficulty. I just kind of push a button and then go. Shield radius. I don't have any rerolls. I kind of want this one. Ooh, yeah. I actually kind of want... I'm going to go with this. Because it actually doesn't affect me. Wait, this one is just pure, like, positive. It literally... It's actually a positive for me. That's actually kind of funny. Because since my projectiles go based on the direction I'm moving, there's no negative effect on it. Because, you know, normally it would be like, oh, you're shooting backwards. Because I did that before. I accidentally grabbed it when I had the, like, I don't know what it's called. The one that he just did with, like, the little pulse that comes out in front of you. It was very bad. Like, I couldn't do anything with it. But with this one, it doesn't matter because it's basically a global attack. All right, what round are we on? I actually don't know. Yeah, see, we're repeating bosses a lot. What would be really cool, I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm on round 136. This is a lot. So I'm just going to sit here and recharge for a second, and you're about to see just an absolute just destruction of everything. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I actually ran out of shield. That is not good. Oh, God. I blew up! Oh, no! Well, it was going to happen eventually. We didn't hit 1,000,000 points, but I did unlock another super mod, which is Charged Mines, Sanctuary. So I have 20 more things to unlock. That's a lot. So llama, yeah. So my high score was 787, which is built a little different. It was built a bit different. I went a lot more, I guess, offensive on this one, which probably, with this one, which probably wasn't the best. My average damage was definitely lower, but I think that's mostly due to me just not having some of the final upgrades I really needed. Because there was a few that just weren't coming through. And that's kind of the negative about having these wild modifiers. Yes, there's some really good stuff. But at the same time, you're kind of missing out on some of the other pools. So, but guys, that was Nova Drift. That was... How many rounds was that? That was a lot of rounds. So we go over here. 136. That was 136 waves. I was only 4 levels under what I was last time, and all I didn't have was Metamorphosis. Which, like I said, kind of led up to some better stuff because I did have more projectiles. I had, like, the side projectiles and such. So I was missing some stuff. I was missing stuff. I kind of wish that there was a way to... I kind of wish that the wild modifiers wouldn't show up until, like, level 20 or something. I think that would be kind of a good addition because... They ruin the pool so quickly, it makes it really hard to do stuff. Because as you can see, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm still missing one challenge mode. I'm also missing one thing here. I'm not quite sure. Oh, that's what this is. Dude, okay. Enemy cargo trains now appear along your journey. That's what those are that shoot the little mines out. They're cargo trains, which are really good. Oh, here we go, super mods. Oh, what did we have? We had this one. Instead of calibrating over time, your weapon calibrates the siege weaponry ramps up. So that was actually bad because calibrate doesn't really do much for this for this setup. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just not good for this setup. But as you can see, there's a bunch of wild mods. Whoa, I haven't actually seen some of these. Some of these would have been really good. There's a bunch of gear. There's a bunch of, like, base trees. And there's still a bunch of trees to unlock, too, I think. No, actually. But we do have more gear to unlock. I want to unlock this last bit of gear. So we had about 20 unlocks left. I'm going to do that, you know, off video. Let me know what you guys kind of want to see. I'm definitely going to play this again. And we're going to do some different, like, setups and things. Next time, we're going flak. I'm just going to give you a warning right now. We're going to go flak. I think flak will be a really fun weapon to test out. So either that or torrent. Torrent would also be really interesting. So one of the two, I think would be really fun to try out. So guys, keep that like in the back of your head. So we'll definitely be back. But I want to go ahead and thank you all. And if you did like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the sub button. It keeps you updated with videos. I have a Discord down below. It's an awesome place to hang out. Along with, I stream Tuesday, Thursday, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. CST. So guys, I hope to see you again, and as always, I hope you have a freaking amazing day. Goodbye!